Watch this video if you feel like you're struggling through life while you think that other people are breezing through it. This is something that I've felt as of late as well. When I see certain other people feel like they're breezing through life and everything just feels really smooth for them, while for me, it just feels like it's really difficult. And I had to journal about this for quite a bit to make sense of it. So here I am sharing my discovery, per se. So let me explain to you why certain people breeze through life while other people struggle through it. Let's use an analogy to help explain and understand why it is that this happens. So consider two roads, right? You've got one road right here on the left and one road right here on the right. Consider the road on the left to start off with. The road is completely empty. The weather's really nice. Um, the visibility is fantastic. You can see for really far stretches. There's street lights and everything like that, so you can see even through the night. And there's basically no vehicles except for your car. If you took your car on this road, you'd move really smooth, really swiftly, and actually really quickly. And it'd actually be a pretty enjoyable journey, to be fair, because it feels like you're breezing through it, right? Consider the other road on the other side. On this road, there are no street lights, and most importantly, there's a lot of fog. So visibility is really hindered. There's a bunch of vehicles that are in front of you, so there's a bunch of traffic. One of the lanes of that road is under maintenance, so it's non operational. The journey on this road is going to be bumpy. It's going to be time consuming. It's going to feel like it's such a hassle, and you're just not going to like this journey overall. Let's put both roads together for context, right? This road, the first road, no barriers, no obstructions. This road, a whole bunch of obstructions, a whole bunch of barriers that are stopping you from swiftly going through it. This is why some people breeze through life while other people don't. The people on the road that are actually breezing through life don't have any obstructions that are stopping them or have already dealt with the obstructions that are stopping them beforehand. Whereas you, right now, when you feel like you're struggling through life, it's probably because you already have certain obstacles and barriers that are stopping you from being able to go through the roads swiftly and smoothly, just like other people are. So, within the context of our own lives, the closest thing that we have to barriers that we face, like the ones we faced on the road, would be instances that we've faced in the past. For instance, that could be past trauma, that could be things, bad memories, that could be nightmares that you have. Essentially, anything that reflects mentally a poor self image. It could be something like poor lifestyle. It could be something like poor habits. It could be something like poor social circle around you that's forcing you to do things that aren't really that great for you. Whatever it may be, the reason that you aren't breezing through life in a certain avenue that you're focused on is because you probably have barriers that are stopping you from going past it while other people don't. Let me give you an example. I would struggle with making decisions that were inclined where I was inclined to ask myself, what is it that you want to do in this particular situation? So if someone would ask me, hey, what would you think you would have the most fun in when picking a particular decision, I would struggle in decisions like that. Whereas I would see other people just breeze through it, feel very easy in picking the decision that they thought would make them really happy. That was my problem. My analysis of that problem was the fact that, well, growing up, I didn't really have, let's say, the opportunity to be able to pick whatever it was that made me happy, because more often than not, I was the responsible one. I had to be responsible for the people around me and for my family. Therefore, I picked whatever it was that I thought made those other people feel happy. I sought my own happiness in making other people happy and making their day and doing what's best for them. So now, when you ask me what is it that I want to do, I have no answer for you. And that's precisely why I'm struggling in my decision making process in that particular arena. The fix for that is pretty simple. The fix for that is genuinely just introspecting and asking myself, hey, what am I really attracted to? What am I really pulled towards? I make that decision, I make it really quick, and I make it in this sort of brain dead way where I force myself to not overthink it. Because when you overthink it, you come across a bunch of other issues, and that's just going to take way too long. That doesn't solve the problem, but when you take decisions in somewhat of a brain dead way, in things like this to overcome the barriers, it's almost like you see a barrier in front of you, and instead of trying to find a way to like go past it or go underneath it, you kind of just jump over it, which makes the journey a whole lot more easier for you, which makes it feel more like a breeze because you're already in the momentum of moving forward anyway. And another example that I could use could be how some people feel like they need to study for months and months on end for an exam, while other people just basically cram through it in the span of a night to prepare for the exam. Sure, could there be intellectual differences between both people? Probably. But more importantly than that, when it comes to the topic that we're talking about right now, the barriers would probably be something like anxiety. See, the people that study and cram the night before an exam and do really well on it tend to not really be anxious for the exam. They kind of discount the threat perception that they have of that particular exam. Whereas people that have been struggling for months on end, people that have been studying and putting in effort for months on end, probably have pedestalized that exam or pedestalized that assessment to the degree of feeling like it's something that's extremely hard when in reality it's really not. And that would cause them to perform on the same level as the people that cram just the night before or perform worse even. So remember that. Remember this sentence in life. When you feel like you're not breezing through life just like everybody else is, it's probably because there are certain barriers that are stopping you from doing so. So your first step should probably be to fix those barriers and eliminate those barriers. And like I said, make decisions quickly and jump past certain barriers so that you can live the smooth, easy life that you see every other person living. And yeah, when you do things deliberately, like I'm telling you to do so, when you do things deliberately to jump over barriers and make life easier for yourself, you're going to be happier at the end of the day. And you're just going to breeze through life just like everybody else as well. So go on, give it a shot, and let me know how it goes. Good luck.